About 4 years ago at Camp Nivelt, some various folk singers got together, and among this group there were the Travelers, there was Valerie Sarin, there was Bonnie Dobson, and in addition to that we had Bernie Liebgott. Bernie is in second year Dents. He is going to introduce his own numbers, and I know that you will thoroughly enjoy him. Bernie?
In order to keep a sort of a shoddy sequence to these songs, I'll present a sort of short history of Canada. Now, Canada's vast northlands were sort of discovered, the coasts were charted, and it was sort of incidental to the European search for the Northwest Passage to China or the Far East. Franklin crossed the barren plains along the copper mine to find a Northwest Passage, for his thoughts did so incline. Singing, blow ye winds in the morning, blow ye winds high-ho, blow away the polar nights and blow, boys, blow. So danced the first canoe brigade upon the Arctic waves. Between the cliffs and grinding floes they almost met their graves. Singing, blow ye winds in the morning, blow ye winds high-ho, blow away the polar nights and blow, boys, blow. Now when they left Point Turn again, not more than half came back, for all they ate was moss and bones they found along the tracks. Singing, blow ye winds in the morning, blow ye winds high-ho, blow away the polar nights and blow, boys, blow. So Franklin took two stouter ships up near to the pole to find the Northwest Passage where the icebergs do patrol. Singing, blow ye winds in the morning, blow ye winds high-ho, blow away the polar nights and blow, boys, blow. The Terror and the Erebus were never seen again, so Franklin and his merry men met death with this refrain, singing, blow ye winds in the morning, blow ye winds high-ho, blow away the polar nights and blow, boys, blow. Blow ye winds in the morning, blow ye winds high-ho, blow away the polar nights and blow, boys, blow. There was a time when Canada consisted of Ontario as Upper Canada, Quebec as Lower Canada, and each were governed by their respective tight groups, family compacts, ultra-conservative in nature, and along came men like William Lyon Mackenzie, who was a sort of a mild liberal by our standards, but he was a worse radical than what we consider a bomb-throwing anarchist nowadays. And of course there was Louis Riel, who even when I went to public school, and that wasn't long ago, was depicted as a raving lunatic, and also Papineau. And this song is a French-Canadian song, and it's about a banished Frenchman from his country. It's called Un Canadien errant. Un Canadien errant, banni de ses foyers, parcourait en pleurant des pays étrangers, parcourait en pleurant des pays étrangers. Un jour triste et pensif, assis au bord des flots, au courant fugitif, il adressa ces mots. Au courant fugitif, fugitif, il adressa ces mots. Si tu vois mon pays malheureux, va dire à tes amis que je me souviens d'eux. Va dire à mes amis que je me souviens d'eux. To sort of get us out of this sad mood, I'd like to sing you a British sea shanty, and it's really quite lively. It's called A Roving. The original words are actually too spicy to sing here, so this is a watered-down version. It's called A Roving. If you know the words, please sing along with me. Well, here you can sing. In Amsterdam there lives a maid, mark well what I to say. In Amsterdam there lives a maid, she is mistress of her trade. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. A roving, since rove's been my ruin. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. I love this fair maid as my life, mark well what I to say. I love this fair maid as my life, soon she'll be my darling wife. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. A roving, since rove's been my ruin. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. Her cheeks are like the rosebuds red, mark well what I to say. Their cheeks are like the rosebuds red, there's wealth of hair upon her head. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. A roving, since roving's been my ruin. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. And if you'd know this maiden's name, mark well what I to say. And if you'd know this maiden's name, why, soon like mine 'twill be the same. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. A roving, since rove's been my ruin. I'll go no more a roving from you, fair maid. If you'll notice in one of the verses I just sang, they seem to place a premium on hair in those days. Had wealth of hair upon her head. Coming up a little in time, I'd like to take you back a few years ago to the Spring Hill mine disaster. Actually, there have been many songs written about this disaster within the last few years, and this is a sort of example of how folk songs come to be. Well, this brings to mind to me a certain cartoon that appeared in the Star. It was drawn by Mr. McPherson, I believe, and it showed this one of the rescued miners who was out of work for some time. The mines were closed down, and he just received a citation from the government, and the caption underneath read, "Well, you just can't eat metals." I don't want to sing about the Spring Hill disaster. This song is a sort of mine tragedy in reverse. It takes place in the on the border between Alberta and British Columbia in the Crow's Nest Pass, in the town of Frank. There was a mine. It was a mining community, and the night shift was down working in the mines. And when they came up, they found that a landslide had covered the entire town. There were no survivors, but there was one baby girl left on the rocks. She was miraculously unharmed, but they didn't know who she was. She couldn't talk, naturally, and they called her Frankie Slide. That's the name of the song. On a grim and tragic morning In 1903, a little babe lay weeping, a pitiful sight to see. Yes, a pitiful sight to see was she, there in the shivering morning. The night shift was coming out of the mine. They saw their exits fouled. Should have known something awful was wrong, 'cause a dog that was with them howled. It just sat right up and howled there in the shivering morning. The miners came up with many a tear for their wives and children a mourning, and not a one who went into the mine had a bite of breakfast that morning, had a bite of breakfast to eat there in the shivering morning. And the baby girl that lay on the rock, 'twas a wonder she never died. There was only one thing the folks could do, they just named her Frankie Slide. Yes, they named her Frankie Slide, they did, there in the shivering morning. And when she grew to a maiden fair, she knew she'd someday abide along somewhere in the crow's nest pass, where they talk of the great Frank Slide. Where they talk of the great Frank Slide, they do, there in the shivering morning. Thank you. How would you like to spend a pleasant winter up in Canada, I.O.? This was a refrain sung, over 100 years ago by shantymen from Maine. And would you believe it, these Americans came up to Canada, actually, and made their living here as lumberjacks in Canada's woods. And from one of these songs, well, this next song is in the tradition of the Irish Come All Ye songs. It's a story of a shanty boy. Actually, the actual location of the story is shunted between Canada and the United States. And, well, the consensus is that this song actually is, like I said, about Maine lumbermen who went up each winter to cut wood in Canada. The song is called The Jam on Jerry's Rocks. Come all ye true-born shanty boys, list while I relate the story of one shanty boy and his untimely fate. It's all about one shanty boy, so manly and so brave. 'Twas on the jam at Cherry's Rock he met his watery grave. 'Twas on one Sunday morning, as you shall quickly hear. The logs were piled up mountain high, we could not steer them clear. Turn out, brave boys, the foreman cried, with a voice devoid of fear, and we'll break up the jam at Cherry's Rock, and for Eagle Town we'll steer. Now some of us were willing, while others they were not, for to work the jam on Sunday they did not think they'd ought. Till 6 of our brave Canadian boys they volunteered to go, for to break up the jam at Cherry's Rock with the foreman Jack Monroe. Now they had not rolled off many a log when he turned to them to say, I would have you boys be on your guard, for the jam will soon give way. No sooner had he spoke those words when the jam did break and go, and carried away those 6 brave boys with the foreman Jack Monroe. Well, they dragged him from the water, smoothed back his raven black hair. There was one fair form amongst them whose cries did rend the air. There was one fair form amongst them, a girl from Saginaw town, whose screams and cries did rend the skies for her true love that was drowned. The theme tonight was supposed to have been Canadian folk music, and well, I have tried to bring you what little I know of Canadian folk music, and they say that Canada is now going through its growing pains for nationalism. This is a lot of hooey. Actually, Canada is as old as, if not older than, the United States. Now, nationalism is fine. I mean, there's a lot more to nationalism than getting a distinctive Canadian flag and running around and saying, look, I'm Canadian, I hate Americans. It goes a lot further than that. Nationalism is necessary, but we also must look forward to a more ultimate goal, internationalism. If we can't live at peace with our fellow man, then we might as well not be here. And my last song is entitled Hymn for Nations. It's actually taken from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, the melody that he wrote for Schiller's Ode to Joy, Hymn for Nations. Brother, shout your country's anthem, sing your land's undying fame. Light the wondrous tale of nation with your people's golden name. Tell your father's noble story, raise on high your country's sign. Join then in the final glory, brother, lift your flag with mine. Hail the sun of peace now rising, hold the war clouds ever furled. Blend your banners, O my brothers, in this rainbow of the world. Red as blood, as blue as heaven, wise as age, as proud as youth. Melt your colors, wondrous woven, in this great white light of truth. Build the road of peace before us, build it wide and deep and long. Speed the slow, remind the eager, help the weak and guide the strong. None shall push aside the other, none shall let the other fall. Work beside me, oh my brothers, all for one and one for all. Now, sing that, it's a pity that most of us don't know Canadian folk music to sing it and enjoy it together. But I'll say goodnight in this way, the same way that Woody Guthrie would say goodnight. So long, it's been good to know you. Please sing with me, please. I've sung this song, but I'll sing it again, of the people I've met and the places I've seen, some of the troubles that bothered my mind, a lot of good people that I've left behind, singing so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, what a long time since I've been home, and I gotta be drifting along. A dust storm hit and it hit us like thunder, dusted us over, it dusted us under, blocked out the traffic, it blocked out the sun, straight for home all the people did run. They said so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, what a long time since I've been home, and I gotta be drifting along. I went down the street to the grocery store, crowded with people, both rich and both poor. Asked the man how his butter was sold. He said 2 pounds of butter for 1 pound of gold. I said, so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, what a long time since I've been home, and I gotta be drifting along. I went to your parents and asked them for you. They all said, take her, oh, take her, please do. Can't cook or sew and she won't scrub your floor. I grabbed my hat and tiptoed out the door. I said, so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you, what a long time since I've been home, and I gotta be drifting along.